Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're essentially transforming into digital detectives. Think about it. If you own a website, manage a digital storefront, or run marketing campaigns, you're literally sitting on a mountain of clues. But without the right magnifying glass, those clues are just invisible data points floating around. That is exactly where Google Analytics 4, or GA4, comes in. It's the ultimate detective tool to help you decode exactly what is happening on your website. Okay, let's dive into this. Every single day, people are walking into your virtual store. But website traffic is a bit of a mystery, isn't it? You might know that people are showing up, but you're probably left with these massive, essential business questions. Where are these users dropping off before they buy? Which of those expensive marketing campaigns actually generated sales? And honestly, who exactly is visiting in the first place? If you can't answer these questions, you're essentially flying blind. To solve this mystery, here's our syllabus. We're going to cover Welcome to Web Analytics, then dive into the idea that everything is an event. From there, we'll hit setting up GA4 tracking, decoding your traffic sources, exploring the user journey, and finally, turning data into action. We're going to build these skills step by step so you won't get overwhelmed. Let's jump right into Module 1, Welcome to Web Analytics. Just like a physical store owner watches how customers interact with window displays, GA4 acts as your 24/7 digital observer. It's designed to interrogate your data. It tells you exactly who came through the door, how they actually found your website, what they did once they were inside, and crucially, which marketing activities actually generated real results. It literally takes all the guesswork out of the equation. Moving right along to Module 2, Everything is an Event. This concept is a massive paradigm shift in how analytics operates today. In GA4, absolutely everything a user does is recorded as an event. Whether they load a new page, click a button, hit play on your promo video, or even just scroll down, GA4 registers that interaction as a unique event. It's just this constant flowing stream of behavioral evidence. So, the crucial point is understanding the difference between a standard event and a conversion. While everything is an event, not all events are created equal, right? A conversion is an event that you have explicitly flagged as a key business action. This is the ultimate goal. It's the e-commerce purchase that actually makes you money, or the lead generation form submission that gives you a hot new client to call. The great news here is you don't actually have to build all of this from scratch. Right out of the box, GA4 gives you automatically collected events, like when someone visits for the very first time. Then, you can easily toggle on enhanced measurement to catch things like user scrolls and outbound clicks. And for your specific business needs, you can easily set up custom events, like telling GA4 to record a newsletter sign-up only when a very specific form is submitted. All right, Module 3, Setting up GA4 Tracking. Now that we know what we're tracking, we've got to organize our setup. To make this administrative side of things visually digestible, let's just use the narrative of a fake business, the ABC online store. At the very top, you have your main Google account. Underneath that, you create your Google Analytics account. Let's call it ABC Analytics. Inside that account lives your GA4 property, which is the ABC website itself. And finally, the data actually flows into that property through a data stream, which is your actual website URL, like abcstore.com. Pretty clean, logical hierarchy, right? To actually connect all of this to your real website, Google Tag Manager is definitely the way to go. Tag Manager basically acts as a bridge. It holds a unique measurement ID, something like GABC123XYZ, which serves as the pipeline straight to GA4. The absolute beauty of this is that it allows you to install tracking without ever needing to mess around with your website's actual fragile source code. On to Module 4, Decoding your traffic sources. This is where we solve the mystery of exactly how visitors arrived at our site in the first place. To do this, we use something called a UTM, which stands for Urchin Tracking Module. Sounds super technical, but you can really just think of them as digital tracking labels. They're just small pieces of text added to the very end of a URL. When a user clicks a link with these labels, they unknowingly hand over their ID to GA4, telling the system exactly where they came from and what specific campaign brought them there. I love this comparison because it's a huge aha moment for most website owners. Without UTMs, you look at your analytics and say, well, I got 1,000 visitors. I mean, that's nice, but it's totally useless for making real decisions. With UTMs applied to your links, that vague number totally transforms. Now you can confidently say, 500 came from Facebook ads, 300 from my email campaigns, and 200 from Google ads. Suddenly, your data is incredibly actionable. So how do we actually build these labels? We break them down into 3 crucial parameters. First up is the UTM_source, which simply means where the traffic came from, like Facebook. Second is UTM_medium, which is the type of marketing channel, such as paid social or email. And third is UTM_campaign, which is the specific name of your promotion, like summer sale. If you use these three consistently, you'll always know exactly what's working. Here's what that actually looks like in the wild, attached to a real-world link. If you're running a summer discount Facebook ad for shoes, your URL isn't just shop.com/shoes. It's shop.com/shoes followed by a question mark, and then all those brilliant UTM parameters change together. When a user clicks this exact ad, GA4 instantly reads these labels and categorizes the visit perfectly in your traffic acquisition reports. Let's keep the momentum going with Module 5, exploring the user journey. Once we know where they came from, we need to map out exactly what users do once they are inside your digital store. Now, GA4 has a pretty stark contrast between its two main analysis areas. The standard reports answer the question, what happened? How many people visited, how many bought? But GA4 also features a deeply powerful menu called Explore. Explorations answer the crucial question, why did it happen? This is where we truly uncover the motivations and the roadblocks of our users. And this brilliantly illustrates what I'm talking about. Look at this e-commerce funnel exploration. We start strong with 1,000 product views. 700 people add it to the cart. 400 actually begin checkout, but only 200 make a purchase. Visualizing the data this way instantly uncovers a severe checkout abandonment problem. 200 people wanted to buy, started checking out, and then just gave up. Boom. Now we know exactly where our website is broken. Another really cool way to look at this is through a path exploration. Instead of just looking at the final sale, we follow a user's exact literal footsteps. Maybe they hit the home page, go to the product page, but then they navigate away to your reviews page before finally going to checkout and purchase. Seeing this exact sequence is absolutely vital. It tells you that customer reviews are highly important for that user journey. So you might want to move those reviews directly onto the product page to speed up the sale.
Finally, we have Module 6, turning data into action.
It is time to bring all this evidence together to make real business decisions. Because let's face it, data is totally useless unless it dictates what you do next. Before I look at our final report, let's just briefly review 3 core metrics. Users are the number of unique human visitors. Sessions are the total number of individual visits, because, one user might visit 3 times. And engagement rate is a super critical GA4 metric. It tells you the percentage of sessions where a user actually paid attention, meaning they stayed over 10 seconds, viewed multiple pages, or converted. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it challenges our assumptions. Organic search brought in a massive 5,000 users, but only yielded 200 conversions. Meanwhile, paid ads brought in significantly fewer users, only 3,000, but yielded 250 conversions. The ultimate business insight here, your paid ads might be driving less overall traffic, but the traffic they drive is highly qualified and ready to buy. For sure, that is exactly where your marketing budget belongs. So we've gone from setting up basic tracking all the way to uncovering deep, profitable insights about user behavior. But this brings us to the ultimate question for you. Every single second, your website visitors are leaving a trail of clues behind them. Are you going to leave those clues untouched, or are you going to use GA4 to finally solve your digital mystery? Go log in, check your tracking labels, build out a funnel, and start taking control of your data today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy analyzing.